It is an absolutely beautiful night for football. It is opening weekend here in Section 5 for Friday Night Lights. It is opening night for these two Class AA powers as the Hilton Cadets host the Pittsford Panthers. It's opening weekend. It's the Friday Night Lights here on Varsity Media. I am Bill Smith with the coach, Steve Sorensen. Coach, I want to get into a point here that was kind of made in conversation this week. High school football, college football, year to year, you can't always read one year to the next. Hilton is coming off of a Class A1 sectional title. They went to the state Final Four. Pittsford, last year, Class AA title game. They went on a great run, especially through the playoffs. But I want to quote Coach Rich Lapani here from the Hilton Cadets. It is I quote, "It is a new season. Every team has a 1-year life expectancy." I love that. Coach, you were a high-level high school coach. Speak to that. This is a continuation, but this is brand new.
That's the mentality of any good high school coach, any good college coach, professional coach. Every year is its own story. You're writing chapters throughout the year, and then you're done. And then the next year starts. And that is true for whether it is a bad season, coming off a bad season, or coming off a great season, which both these teams did. We're talking about a magical run for Pittsford last year, going all the way to the sectional finals, and Hilton's run to the Final Four of the states. You have to reset, and that's what Hilton and both Pittsford and Hilton are both going to try to do this year.
Hilton last year wins the Class A1 sectional final. They beat Jamestown in the regional, lost in the New York State Final Four to Union Endicott. Pittsford loses the AA final to McQuaid, but they won a tight 6-0 game against a super talented UPrep team. UPrep this year in AA, also one of the powers. We're going to get into kind of these two teams' schedules coming up. Both Hilton and Pittsford. We'll see UPrep down the road. Now, another point in when it comes to high school, college athletics, high school here where we are this evening, both of these teams graduated some serious talent. Hilton graduates all Greater Rochester players, Jeffrey Broadnex, Carl Coons. Pittsford graduates all Greater Rochester players, Caleb Lewis, the quarterback, dynamite talent. Jackson Green, an excellent wide receiver, Nathan Ruddy. Both teams have lost some talent, but that speaks to the talent that now has to step up. Kids are going to have to fill in new roles, take on more responsibility.
You know, these two teams are very similar in that what shall be their strengths this year are the returning players in the trenches. The offensive lines are both these teams return 4 out of 5 starters and will just be solid there, and that's where you're going to see the basis of both teams and how they play this year.
Both coaches, when speaking to us this week, when asking about keys to this game, reference what Coach just said. Both offensive lines returning 4 starters. This is a game, the flash. You get, we're gonna see Robert Lowry of the Hilton Cadets. We're gonna see Josiah Joyner of the Pittsford Panthers. These are dynamic athletes. These are kids that are gonna have the ball in their hands. But in the trenches, the grunt work, there's solid returners, stability, and that anchor. I mean, that battle is going to be with this game is won or lost.
Hilton lost probably the best offensive lineman in Section 5 last year, Carl Coons. They will be better this year because the 4 that remain will now have to step up, even though they're replacing somebody who was just absolutely dominating. But those other 4 players will step up and now take on a leadership role, but a role in which they're going to lead their offensive line.
Other specific keys, we spoke with both coaches this week. Coach Molinek talked about Hilton's run game. I wrote a note here to myself. Hilton is a run team. We all know that. We know the history of this program. They feature the running backs. Pittsford knows that too. But there are weapons in this Hilton lineup. Colton Thorpe can throw the ball. Luke Lockhart, Brady Quill, these are kids who can catch the ball. Hilton is not the one-dimensional running team that maybe the reputation sends down the road.
It's the biggest misnomer about Hilton football. People think about Rich Lapani doing it for over 30 years, and they think it's a smash-mouth running football team, but it's not been all they've done. You can go back previous years with the quarterbacks of Dual Smith, with wide receivers of Tajay Hill. They have thrown the ball. It's just he's got this reputation. This year, you're going to see a better balanced team. Last year, they were dominated by the Thunder and Lightning, Broadnex and Lowry. They're going to throw the ball a little bit this year.
Folks, we're going to pause for our national anthem. Hilton's coach, Rich Lapani, in his 35th season as a Hilton varsity coach. Last year led the cadets to a sectional title. It was Hilton's first sectional title since 1994. Here's a look at some highlights from that A1 title game right here. Coach, I think you were there that night.
I was in the rain. It was an awesome game for the cadets. The Webster played a great first half. It was very tight. And then Hilton's strength in their offensive line and and Lowry and Broadnex really just took over in the second half. And there's some right there. There's Mr. Lowry right there who had a few big games. I was at the Sport game where Lowry just absolutely went off for over 200 yards rushing that game. And Broadnex and Lowry went off in the sectional finals, and they walk away with a brick.
There's the cadets. That's Coons holding the brick right there. A look at the cadets captains meeting the Panthers captains coming out right now for the toss. Game captains today, you see Hilton's Gio Mattioli, you see Luke Lockhart, Brady Quill, Robert Lowry. Their opposite numbers, you see Nate Cole. In there, I see Johnny Moore, the quarterback. We will get a toss here as we get prepared for this. Now, we've made the point a couple different times year to year that the next thing I'm going to say doesn't matter. But this is sports. We talk about these sort of things. The last matchups, Hilton has won the last 4 times these two schools have met. The last one being in September of 2021. Hilton wins at Pittsford. In the weird spring football in March of 21, Hilton won at Pittsford as well. We go back to September of 19. Hilton wins the opener. Hilton wins in 18. Pittsford has not beaten the Hilton Cadets since 2017. Coach, that's when you really get down to it, that is a meaningless stat.
It is. It's every year's a new year. You know, it's going to be fun to watch what Hilton does this year because, again, they had a 1-year respite in the single A's. And now they're back up with the double A's, and they're going to play with the big boys. That includes Pittsford.
Players to watch tonight, Robert Lowry, we talked about it. He is the returning Lightning from last year's Thunder and Lightning. Dynamic with the ball in his hands. Colton Thorpe, senior quarterback for the Cadets. Also an excellent defensive back. You'll see him on both sides of the ball. Luke Fliss, the senior, you see all the positions there. He's a wide receiver, also a defensive back. Very, very talented. He was referenced by a couple of the Hilton coaches this week when talking about Pittsford. That is a very talented wide receiver right there.
And what is common with all of those players is that they've got 3+ years of varsity experience. So it's, we can talk about the players that were lost, they're no longer on both of these teams, but they all return star players and experienced players that are going to lead their teams this year.
Couple of games in Section 5 last night. This is not the kickoff to the Section 5 season, but tonight, folks, it is the opening for Friday Night Lights. We hope you are comfy and cozy at home. It's a beautiful night. If you're outside watching or listening, we thank you for tuning in. Quill and Lowry back for the Cadets as the Panthers will kick the ball away to get this one started. Setting things, getting ready to kick it off is Philip Noyes. Philip Noyes, a dynamite kicker and punter. Ball is away, ball is up. We are underway. Lowry's going to settle under it. Bounces away, but we're going to get a touchback. Hilton will start the ball after that touchback. Look at the ball right there, 20-yard line.
Something you don't talk about probably except for in the high school game. But if you have a kicker that can knock that ball in the end zone and make the team go the long distance, the 80 yards, that's an advantage at the high school level.
Noyes was pointed out by Coach Mullen. It's a very talented kicker and punter. Haven't seen his level of talent since Adam Podlis graduated in 2002. Adam Podlis was a dynamite athlete that came out of the Pittsford program many years ago.
Strong statement right there.
Thorpe will begin under center. Lowry, the deep back. Give it to Lowry up the middle. He's already found a seam, and he's already going to go. Lowry crossing midfield. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Hilton.
One play, 80 yards. Lowry picks up where he left off last year, and you cannot understate the hole that offensive line gave Lowry.
That was the start that every Hilton fan here, the crowd is loving this. Here's another look at it. Look at that opening.
Pittsford starts with 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, 8 in the box, and Lowry goes untouched for 80.
Coach, dare I say you and I could have gained probably 10 yards through that hole.
I'll give
Lowry's going to
myself
take
8.
80. That's very, very respectful.
I would have asked for a timeout after that 8.
No, I didn't need to sub. Yep, I need to take one. Lowry takes it all the way. Tarantello's on for the extra point. Ball is down. Ball is up. Ball is good. Cadets with a very quick 7-0 lead here in the opener here at LeBeau Field. What a start.
Yeah, no, you can't ask for a better start to the season. You know, one of the things leading into this game is that, you know, I thought about last year and the season that Hilton had last year. They lost their first game in a game that they made some mistakes, and it really defined how this season was going to be played, where Webster was going to be the number 1 seed and Hilton was fighting to get the number 2 seed. Hilton's got to come out and play strong and play mistake-free football, like Lapani said. Well, you can't ask for a better start than that.
The Pittsford defensive line is nothing to sneeze at. There are some returning starters. There are some really talented players, Vernicker, Pollard among them. On that last replay, I noticed something I didn't see initially. Hunter Tracy, the left tackle, came out of his block almost initially with nobody. He was just looking for someone. That hole opened up without the left tackle needing to do much. The Hilton line there just pressing, opening that hole. Excellent, excellent work.
Yeah, that's a great team touchdown because you have to give a ton of credit to that offensive line.
Cadets will now kick the ball away. Quickly, Coach Mullen's going to look to answer here. We spoke with Hilton coach Todd Scacia earlier in the week specifically about the change back to AA, and he said no game will be a pushover. There's a lot of powers. This is not a team to overlook, this Pittsford Panther team. Kickoff fielded by Luke Fliss, and he'll be dropped right around the 16-yard line. That's where the Panthers will start 1st and 10.
Manuel Robinson with a nice tackle there. Form tackle, got him low, put him down inside the 20.
Manny Robinson, the Hilton senior, in on the tackle. Here's your starters for the offensive side of the ball for Pittsford. Moore filled in last year for an injured Lewis to end the season, played 2 excellent games to end the year, got them into that sectional final. Joyner, the senior, this is a dynamic runner.
Joyner with Hilton bloodlines. His father was a legend right here on LeBeau Field. Back in his day, he was a Hilton grad. Now out there in Pittsford, we'll excuse that.
Rennick out wide, pulling it down. Lefty slings it out into space. Falls incomplete. A lot of contact there. Lowry, the touchdown scorer for the Cadets in coverage. Pass was intended for Luke Fliss.
I think they saw Lowry on Fliss. Fliss has got to have a good 6-7 inches on Lowry, and they kind of just threw it up.
Fliss listed at an even 6 feet.
Boy, he looks a lot taller than that.
That may be inaccurate. He's definitely got a few inches. Fliss and Renica split out wide on either side. Moore, shotgun. Handoff inside. Met right at the line. Swallowed up by the Hilton defense. This is going to bring up a 3rd and long. Mason Nolan was in on the tackle.
Hunter Tracy was right there also.
Hilton's defense on your screen. Letta, Belanca, McMahon, Tracy, Quill, DiBattisto, Pike, Nolan, Lockhart, Lowry, and Thorpe. Lockhart, easy for me to say, Lowry and Thorpe. A very, very strong secondary for this Cadets defense. Moore, lefty, to his left, fires, finds his man, Renica, but the Renica's dropped right away. This is near 1st down yardage.
A nice tackle by Brady Quill, saving the 1st down, making Pittsford make a decision from their own 27-yard line.
Looks to be very short. We're talking inches here. The 4 is right at the line, 4th and a measurement. Good call from the voice of the Cadets here in the stadium. Chains coming out. Coach quickly on the response there. An excellent tackle to save what might have been further yardage upfield.
Well, Quill came over and just made a nice tackle, bring him down because it looked like he had set up behind the almost like a wide receiver screen. Oh, they got the first down. Here we go.
Pittsford does pick it up. They will have a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. This is what Pittsford's going to have to do to answer. Churn, churn, churn. Move the ball. That's not to say they can't break one a la Lowry on that first play of the game.
Molinich is an experienced coach, well respected in Section 5. He's not going to try to get this back in the same manner that Hilton scored. He's going to play their game.
Fliss in motion, handoff up the middle, Joyner busts through for a yard, maybe yard and a half. It'll bring up 2nd down.
DiBattista looked like he was in on the tackle there. It's going to be tough running between the tackles.
Moore once again in the shotgun. Snap comes. The snap goes to Denning, who comes out for a couple yards.
One of the fullbacks for Pittsford. They're going to rotate a bunch in and out at that position.
Hayes Denning on that direct snap. 1st down from the Hilton 40. Correction, the Pittsford 40. Moore's going to run it himself. Running left. Nice tackle there by the Hilton defender. Dropped over there by Anthony Letta.
Quill got him low, Letta got him high, and took him down pretty harsh.
2nd and 10 here coming for Pittsford. Couple of 1st downs moving in response to the Hilton touchdown. We've already talked about it, Coach. There's senior leadership in that huddle. Excellent coaching on the other side. Answers are coming, I'm sure. Shotgun snap to Moore. Gives it on the jet sweep. Trying to get around the right edge, but driven out of bounds by the Cadets. That looked to be Preston.
Luke Lockhart did an excellent job holding ground and forcing it out wide. And the Pittsburgh running out of real estate, but Luke Lockhart did a really nice job holding his spot, taking on the tackler, but not conceding with him.
Deshaun Preston, the freshman, with some nice wheels coming around to the outside, but well scouted, well tracked down there by the Hilton senior Lockhart.
Big 3rd down. You still want to hold this ball for a while longer before giving it back to Hilton.
Nate Cole will snap the ball here to his senior quarterback. Moore's going to gives to Joyner. Joyner finds a little room to the right side. Now he's going to bust back inside, and he gets a 1st down. Dropped near the end of the play. It appeared to be Braden Pike in on the tackle.
Renica went in motion going left, opened up the right-hand side for Joyner, and he's a quality runner and got the 1st down.
Nate Cole, a young man getting some college looks. This is a 3-year starter. The center, 6'5", 305, listed on your roster there, folks. This is a big man leading that front line there. Cole will snap it. Moore once again in the shotgun with Joyner behind him. Cole
wide receiver
fires
screen.
One left for Renica. Met by Cadets about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Short gain Renica gets there. That's Fliss. My apologies. Fliss on that reception.
Hilton did a nice job of tracking. The 2nd time they've run that play. Renica's one of their quality players, and they're trying to get him the ball and in the open field. Hilton did a nice job of tracking.
Fliss and Renica, dynamite pairing here. 2 solid weapons. In motion, the freshman once again, and now a flag. Looks like some movement on the offensive line.
False start on Pittsford.
Deshaun Preston went into motion, but a false start from the interior will back up Pittsford for a 2nd and 14. Deshaun Preston, the freshman, getting in these early downs. Little speed from the young wide receiver. Renica once again wide, closest to us. Fliss on the other side from our position. In motion, that's Preston. Here's a pass, but met and dropped by Hilton's Luke Lockhart.
Lockhart having a first quarter here tonight. Read that wonderfully.
It was on the tip of my tongue right here. You're going to see Preston come in motion, and he starts stepping to the line before the snap. This is not the CFL. But nonetheless, Renica met right there by Luke Lockhart.
As soon as he saw Renica take a step back into the backfield, Lockhart was going with his ears pinned back.
Real good crowd here on a Friday night in Hilton. Gorgeous evening for opening night here for the Cadets. Opening road effort for Pittsford. They've got quite a contingent here as well. Moore in the shotgun, puts Joyner in motion. Now another flag. Coach Lapani speaking with the official, and a delay of game against Pittsford. So maybe after the false start, maybe a little undisciplined, there it is, play here for the last minute or so.
Pittsford had 3 wide receivers out there for the first time, setting up for that play.
Zach Gerby checking in.
Probably looking at a pass here tonight.
4 wide here.
4 wide.
3 to Moore's left, 1 to his right. Joyner in the backfield. Moore's going to back up. Fires over the middle into traffic, knocked away by the Cadets. That's Mason Nolan, the linebacker. That falls incomplete, and this is going to bring up a long 4th down. I think we see the punter coming on. Philip Noyes, we talked about it. Here's a look at the last play. Moore's pass floats into double coverage, trying to find his senior wide receiver, Luke Fliss. Fliss can go up and get it.
Hilton was playing too deep, let that pass come in from underneath, and Hilton's looking for Renica and Fliss. There's no doubt about that.
Noyes with the snap, fumbles the snap, does get the punt away, but it's not a long one. This is going to drop near the Cadet. Oh, and takes a... It fell into the lap of Ethan Langstein.
Instinctively, he just stopped the ball, but it looked like it had another 20 yards in it almost.
That could have kept scooting. Now, did I see a flag in there? There was a flag.
Flag on the play.
And an illegal motion or formation against Pittsford. We're going to see what Hilton wants to do here.
I don't think they're going to ask him to repunt that because they got good field position.
Appears to just be declined. Hilton's going to take over at the 37-yard line.
They did decline it. So Hilton will pick up 1st and 10 at their own 31.
Cadets have run 1 offensive play to this point.
Very efficient.
That's a good way of putting it. Thorpe will bring his troops out of the huddle. Officials having a conversation about something or other. Here's your Hilton starters. Letta, the center. Want to give some love to the line of Suro, Mattioli, Letta, McMahon, and Tracy. Still some settling in here. Referee's got his hand in there. We're ready to get going.
Except for Mattioli, you'll see the other 4 on the defensive line also.
Give is to Lowry, but wrapped up and taken down. Met by Jaden Morale-Cleggett, the junior.
No gain.
Here's your starting defense from Pittsford. There's some real talent in there. The junior, Morale-Cleggett, Verniker, Goldstein, and Brett, good athletes. This is a solid Pittsford defense. They will not get pushed around they were on that first play all day.
No, their pride's going to kick in right now, too, to make sure that that never happens again.
Timmy Lewis right there in the middle, just to Letta's right. Now a flag comes in. This is probably against the Cadets.
False start. First game of the year, first quarter of the season. Coaches don't want to hear this, but these type of penalties are probably to be expected. It's also a shortened preseason nowadays, too.
It is quite a bit shorter. Now, with those in mind, Coach, this is a probably well-placed timeout. This is Coach Lapani maybe kind of pulling the reins back on some of those nerves.
Yeah, I mean, everything's worked out almost perfectly in the first possession. Obviously, one play, one touchdown. Things are now a little hiccups right here. Let's take a timeout and reorganize and refocus.
Here's a look at the Cadets' schedule on your screen. No pushovers in AA, not a one. But what you see there toward the end, Schrader, McQuaid, Aquinas, UPrep, that is quite a gauntlet at the end of the year. Not that Pittsford, Fairport, Rush Henrietta, Penfield, none of those are pushovers, don't get me wrong. But those last 4 games, that's where the Cadets are going to show it.
McQuaid, Aquinas are perennial finalists in Section 5. UPrep was the number 1 seed last year in AA. It's a credit to Section 5 in football and how they're developing these teams that can be this kind of schedule for AA. It's an absolute gauntlet. It's a lot of good football out there this year.
And that opening gauntlet, here it is for the Pittsford schedule. You go Hilton, McQuaid, Aquinas, UPrep. That is quite a start. We're going to have that that McQuaid Pittsford game for you next Friday night. We'll remind you of that later in this sportscast.
There we go, 2nd down and 10.
Letta ready to put the ball in play. Thorpe in the shotgun. Lowry to his left is in motion. Thorpe keeps it. Fake the handoff, gets about 12 yards and a Cadet first down.
Last year we had balance in the running game between Broadnax and Lowry. We're not going to see that kind of balance this year, but Thorpe will do plenty of running himself this year. Coach Lapani told us that this week also.
There's the option look right here. Kept it. Thorpe runs right through the middle. 12 yards later, good wrap-up tackle by Bradley Pollard, the defensive lineman, the senior from Pittsford.
Thorpe is definitely a dual threat, running and throwing.
Pollard comes from that right edge position. Moved well. Lowry up the middle. Flag goes flying in there. Lowry, a gain of 4, but we'll see what the laundry is. Appears to be a hold against the Cadets. That's going to erase that one and back Hilton up. Lockhart and Pike head off for the Cadets as the Cadets reset with a 1st and 20 look here. And they head right back in with the play call. Thorpe communicates, and out come the Cadets with Lockhart wide. Left of the formation, closer to our side. Thorpe backs up, shotgun. Looking long, looking out towards Lockhart, but can't connect with him. Incomplete.
Great coverage by Pittsford and by Luke Fliss specifically. That was well defended. Good arm by the Hilton quarterback also, but coverage was great.
Burness down there as well. Jax Burness for Pittsford. Thorpe can sling it. Again, we talked about that I don't know, that generic sort of reputation that the Cadets have. This is a team that can throw the ball and will. Lowry, deep set in the eye. Thorpe under center. 2nd and long. Give it to Lowry. Lowry's got some space through the middle. Busts one tackle and taken down near midfield after a gain of about 11.
The burst of speed by Lowry, he only needs a small hole, and he can get through that real quick like he did just now. And now it makes it almost manageable with a 3rd down and 8.
Morrell Cleggett there at the end to bring him down. Timmy Lewis from the defensive line position got back there, moved real well. Now the Cadets, as Coach just mentioned, a more manageable and a flag already.
I believe this is a sideline warning. No yards on this the first time this is called, but it is a sideline warning. Make sure everybody's back.
It's amusing to me, the official from the position about 30 yards away gives a motion, very little. Rich Lapani comes, says to move, the entire team moved. Thorpe, inside handoff to the fullback, DiBattisto.
Picks up 4th and 4. See what Lapani wants to do. It looks like he's bringing out the punter.
4th and 4. They've just crossed midfield. Maybe play a little field position game here, Coach?
I think he needed about 2 more yards before Lapani goes for it. This point in the game, this place on the field, this spot in the field.
Braden Pike back to punt for the Cadets. Sam Renica deep for the Panthers. Pike puts a right foot into one. Toppling end over end kick. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line, right at the 21. Pittsford will take over. So after an explosive start for the Cadets, both teams with a pair of, between the two teams, a pair of stalled drives, and we'll get Pittsford starting over here. Minute 44 to go in this first quarter, 7-0 Hilton.
A little bit of what we expected the last 2 drives. A little bit of what we expected coming into this game.
So next week, here it is on your screen, on the Varsity Media Sports Network, 7 p.m. from Sutherland, you'll see this Pittsford team hosting McQuaid. These are 2 of the bigger teams in AA, right alongside the Cadets and the rest of the AA lineup. I will have that one for you next week, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Moore in the shotgun.
4 wide.
Puts Joyner in motion. Inside handoff to the fullback. Couple of yards banged down by Jake McMahon of the Cadets.
Looks like Pittsburgh's going to try to stretch the Hilton defense. They started out with, Hilton has playing with 4 linemen, 4 linebackers, 8 in the box. Bring out the extra wide receivers, stretch them out, and see if they can find some lanes that way.
Appeared to be Morel Cleggett on the carry. So 2nd and 7 here. Moore once again in the shotgun. He's not taking a snap under center tonight. Puts Renica in motion. He's going to keep it himself. And popped and put down. That was actually Jackson Burness there taking that snap.
Nolan with a nice tackle right there.
Jackson Burness was there, lined up at quarterback. Did not see Moore out there or go off.
Brandon Pike assisting on that tackle also.
3rd and 4 for Pittsford here.
Huge play.
At their own 27. Burness again in the backfield. In motion goes Renica. Burness backs up.
He's going to run.
He's going to put it down and take it himself. Almost tackled from behind, but now dropped and getting first down yardage. Burness, first down Panthers. Mason Nolan there with the trip up at the end for the Cadets. Good coverage downfield. He couldn't find anywhere to throw that ball, but he had an opening and he took it. And at the end of 1, after the first play of the game goes 80 yards for the touchdown, that remains your score, 7-0 the Cadets. We're going to break here from LeBeau Field. Stay with us for the second quarter, folks. You're watching Hilton hosting Pittsford on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Welcome back to LeBeau Field. Second quarter about to start. There, your camera's on the only scorer of the game so far, Robert Lowry, who took the first snap of the game, 80 yards for a Cadet touchdown, and that is your score here. Cadets 7, Panthers nothing as we start the second quarter. Renica in motion. Moore, flip back to Renica, who's going to pass it into coverage, and a flag comes in. I think they're going to throw this on Quill for pass interference. I may be wrong, but that's I
think you nailed it. I think you nailed it, Quill. Quill didn't really turn around and look for the ball, just ran into the receiver.
Some trickerations here. Renica gets into one. Good arm on this kid. But Quill a little early, didn't look for the ball.
Yep. It's an easy call. It wasn't egregious. He wasn't there way early, but again, head was turned, and he did hit the receiver before the ball got there.
That's another one where the 6-foot athlete, Luke Fliss, can go up and get it. Quill, though, with the interference call. This puts Pittsford at the Hilton 47 with a 1st and 10. Moore in there again from the shotgun. Turn, and the give is to Morrell Cleggett. He finds a little bit of room.
Flag on the play.
I see striped shirts pointing toward Pittsford, so this may come back. Conversation happening near midfield with the referee and one of the linesmen. We'll see what the call is.
Legal procedure.
And this is going to back the Panthers up. This is going to race a nice run by Morrell Cleggett. Physical runner, Morrell Cleggett, the junior, listed at 6', 205. That's a powerful running back.
Linesman threw that flag as soon as the ball was snapped. I guess the alignment must have been off.
This gives Pittsford a 1st and 15. Shotgun look, 2 wide receivers. In motion comes Renica. High snap corralled, and now the handoff given inside. Finding a little bit of space is Denning. And a flag comes in late after the tackle.
Gotta think that's against Hilton.
He's Denning with a nice gain. We're waiting on what the infraction is here. We've seen a number of different running backs, couple of different quarterbacks. Pittsford giving a lot of different looks. Dead ball foul against Pittsford.
Wow.
A delay before the snap. Here's a look at the play. Got it. Well, 2nd down and 8 after all of that. Handoff inside, busting through. Joyner close to the line to gain. About half a yard, so 3rd and a couple of feet.
Pittsford always having somebody in motion at the start of the play, and now they're mixing it up a little bit with a fullback and running back. We've seen a quarterback run, and they've been successful.
That last play went to the side of Elijah Winter, the offensive lineman. Moore's going to take it himself, and he's going to get run down after losing about a yard.
It's an option play, and the Hilton did a nice job of extending that to the sideline.
Renica was there running with him, but Moore took it himself. Polanka runs him out. 4th and what appears to be about 4 yards.
4.5, yeah. The punter's coming in.
Coach Molyneux will elect to punt here. Colton Thorpe back deep. Low snap, fielded clean, punted away, good high punt.
Nice hang time.
Thorpe signaling fair catch, brings it down. He had Zach Gerby on good coverage right in his face, but Thorpe pulls it down. This is going to give the Cadets a 1st and 10.
That was a phenomenal punt.
That was a dynamite punt. So now the Cats start over at their own 13-yard line. Last drive stalled out. Drive before that resulted in a touchdown. Drive might be the wrong word. It was one play.
But Pittsford's starting to move the ball. They haven't scored, but they're churning up some yards. So Hilton's really got to get back on the horse too on their offensive turns.
Letta puts his hand on the ball. Thorpe under center. Turn, give it to Lowry. Lowry busts from right back toward the middle of the field. Gets about a yard. Dragged down by a couple of defenders. Among them, Bradley Pollard. As was Drew Thurley.
Got a gain of 3. Lowry found a little bit of a hole, went through it. They got him good.
Quill and Lockhart bringing the call in. 9-minute mark here in the first half. Still 7-0 your score. Cadets on top. Thorpe in the shotgun. He's got Lowry to his right, and it looks like
Lapani calls the timeout. Didn't like what he saw. Hilton had 4 wideouts and setting up for that play.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back from this timeout. We're going to see the Cadets on 2nd and 7. Folks, stay with us. You're watching Hilton and Pittsford on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to LeBeau Field on the beautiful campus of Hilton High School. You got to look at the Hilton huddle here. Coach Lapani calls that timeout, and I think while the official was signaling, Coach Lapani was already in that huddle. He had something to say.
And here's the highlight of the first quarter, and this is how we start the game.
Lowry busting it long.
All Greater Rochester player, Robert Lowry.
That's the difference right now. 7-0 your score. Thorpe in the shotgun. Lowry in motion. Give is to nope, keeps it himself. Thorpe does. Off to the left. Dragged down after a gain of maybe a yard. Yard and a half. Is he going to bring about 3rd and 4? Very manageable yardage for the Cadets, but deep in their territory.
Would have liked to see Lowry get that ball. We've seen Lowry between the tackles to see him go out wide and see if he could bounce one with his speed. I'm sure he can.
You see Braden Gell running in for what I think is the first time today. Double tight end set. I formation with Lowry the deep back. Lowry gets the ball. Moving right. Doesn't get first down yardage, though. Good tackling from the Panther defense.
Denning on that tackle. Great job by Pittsford, holding Hilton a yard short. A couple yards short, probably.
Thurley in there as well. That play was well scouted by Pittsford. Coach Apani, I believe, will send on the punt team, although they are huddled tightly here on this 4th and 1.
Blanca will be going back to punt, I'm sure. Blanca?
Braden Pike drops back.
My bad.
High snap that he fields clean, sends it away. Good kick out of there. That's a long kick. If this takes a Hilton bounce, this will work nicely. downed by Brady Quill. All things considered, where that ball was coming from, that's a pretty solid punt.
They flipped the field, put Pittsford back on their side of the field. That's what Hilton was looking for, at least.
Pittsford will certainly not argue with starting at their 38. Solid starting position here for the Pittsford offense, looking to string together some first downs, answer back, try to tie this game. We are at the 7:14 mark here in the second quarter. Another thanks to everybody out there on the YouTubes, watching, listening. Thank you for joining us on the Varsity Media Sports Network for the opening Friday here in football for Section 5 athletics. Moore in the shotgun. That was Burness in the shotgun. Inside handoff met right at the line.
Last couple drives, Pittsford's really tried to stretch Hilton's defense. This time they come out with two tight ends, and they look like they want to smash it right through the middle.
Burness and Moore have just kind of alternated drives the last few possessions. This appears to be another Jax Burness possession, the sophomore quarterback.
He hasn't made a throw yet. He's pulled it down to run himself and hand it off.
Shotgun, he's got Denning to his right. He gives it to Denning. Denning met right at the line and dropped by a host of cadets. Among them,
Hunter Tracy, Jake McMahon. I'm sorry, that's the older brother, McMahon.
This is going to bring up 3rd and long. Right into the teeth of that Hilton line. No break there.
And Anthony Letta's in there, too, clogging up that middle. This is the battle inside the battle. It's that the two lines. And a lot of these guys are playing both ways, so they're taking their turns on offense and defense, but it's the battle of the men up front.
There's a lot of experience on those lines. Burness keeping it right here. Does end up flipping it and driven to the line and out of bounds. That's a dynamite piece of tackling from Brady Quill.
Disciplined defense. Coach Lapani said that this week, that they've got to play quick and they've got to play disciplined. That's disciplined defense. Brady Quill hung for that pitch out and was there for the tackle.
Maybe a late pitch from Burness.
But you see right there, Letta has got the quarterback, Quill's got the running back. It's disciplined defense. They're not ball chasing. They're maintaining their responsibilities, and that's why Hilton was able to get the stop.
So 2 strong defensive efforts, one from each team over the last couple of possessions. We're going to get the field flipped again here as Pittsford lines up to punt. Kick is away. Nice kick from Noyes.
Good bounce.
Takes a Pittsford bounce. This is going to roll near the Hilton 21-yard line. Downed by Zach Gerby. So trading punts, good tackling. Neither offense really finding their footing here in the last, maybe everything except the first play of the game.
The game is just flying by. We're 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter because of the pace of this game, and it's a running game right now. Haven't seen a lot of throws. Haven't seen a lot of long drives. There was one scoring drive, but that was one play. You know, it's early in the game. It's still only the second quarter, but you know that next touchdown is a big one because if Pittsford to tie it up and tighten it, or Hilton opens up with a 2-score lead, it changes the complexion completely with the way this game is being played.
Coach Lapani, once again, not liking what he sees on the field, using, I believe that was his 3rd timeout. If I'm not mistaken, he called that early one on the false start and then the last 2.
Smart play. You're early in the year. It's your first half. You got 3 in the second half. Take them now. Make sure your kids are in the right places at the right time, composed, and they get things set up, and then be able to go from there.
The old adage, you can't take them with you. What a beautiful look at LeBeau Field here at Hilton High School. Host site tonight of this AA matchup here, Pittsford and Hilton. There's some Hilton brass right there. Ned Dale, Jeffrey Green, Dr. Jeffrey Green, our principal here at Hilton High School. That's our new athletic director.
Jeff Wheaton, brand new here to Hilton, came over from Monroe. Thank you, Monroe, for allowing us to take Wheaton off your hands. He's done a great job so far this year. And we enter a new era with Mr. Wheaton in the charge of our athletic programs here in Hilton.
Coach Sorensen and I always want to get in front of the fact, you probably picked it up there, we are Hilton folks. We're going to do both of these teams justice, but we're excited to have those gentlemen there at the helm. Here's Lowry to the right side, gain of about 5.
Spoke about that in the last drive, trying to bounce Lowry out wide with his speed. He's been able to pop it through the tackles, but you put him in open space out wide. He only needs a sliver of space, and he'll knock it through.
Hilton looking to string some gains together here. We're not really in a chew the clock type of spot here with 5 to go in the second quarter, but as Coach mentioned, that next score could be a big one. Thorpe under center. Give us to the fullback, busting from the middle to the right.
Very
that was
close.
John DiBattisto.
Close to the first down. This is, though, the prototypical Rich Lapani type drive. 5 minutes, churn up the clock. If you ask Coach Lapani, yes, he definitely would like to score on this drive, but no matter what happens on this drive, he wants no time on the clock for Pittsford when they get the ball back.
That one did find first down yardage. First down Hilton here. Ball at their own 32. Good strong gain from DiBattisto. He is the deep set in the eye now. He being DiBattisto, pronouns pal. Thorpe gives to the up back, met right at the line of scrimmage. Met hard was Drew O'Buck on the carry there.
Lowry was out the field for that play. He's back on. You don't see him taking many plays off.
That was a hard-fought yard there. DiBattisto right to Thorpe's left.
Lowry's out wide in the top.
3 receivers set in this shotgun. Thorpe's looking to throw. Dropping back, now rolling right. Being chased under pressure. Gets the ball away. Doesn't find his man. Couldn't get it into Quill's hands. Good coverage downfield from Pittsford. Thorpe not finding anything.
Pittsford didn't send a whole lot, but they got good pressure for not sending a whole lot of players.
I was about to say good early containment, and then that pressure came off that left side. Sent Thorpe to his right. Larkard will bring the play in. Thorpe will give the commands. Hilton will line up here for this 3rd and long. Brady Quill wide, closest to us. 4 receivers. Thorpe got 2 guys right in his face and then doesn't complete the pass. Timmy Lewis was right there ready to wrap up DiBattisto. But this is now going to bring up a 4th and long for Hilton.
Hilton tried a center screen. It looked like they had players out in front. Timmy Lewis did get through, but it didn't matter because the pass was not on target.
So Hilton will punt it away again. Renica back to field the punt from Braden Pike. Pike puts a foot into one. Tumbling over, crossing the 40, crossing the 35. Renica's just going to watch it kind of roll near the 31 where it will get down by the Cadets. And that is where Pittsford will take over with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to work with to maybe answer here, get something in the last minutes of this first half.
It's important for Pittsford to put some points on the board if they can, because Hilton will get the ball at the start of the second half.
We saw a flash early, that first play, and since then, some stalled drives going on here. Shout out from the voice of the Cadets, Coach Monfiletto, and the fans here for the Cadet cheerleaders. Great atmosphere here tonight in LeBeau Field. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Moore's going to turn, fires that left-handed sling, finds his man Fliss, but Fliss is met as he gets to around the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard.
About the 4th time they've tried the wide receiver screen. It just hasn't happened for Pittsford. Hilton's done a nice job of defending that.
Nolan in there on the tackle for Hilton.
Loss of 1.
Belanca and Tracy and McMahon. That line for the Cadets got Letta down there as well, fighting against this big experience line from Pittsford. Give us to Joyner. He tumbles forward for about 2.
A 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8.
Winter and Thurley battling with one of their captains, the senior center, Nate Cole. That offensive line for the Panthers fighting in there. Dan Cohen as well.
Expected probably a run play. Hilton can't stop the clock. They've used their timeouts this half.
Now whistle, this might be a Pittsford timeout?
Pittsford timeout.
So we're going to take a short break. Panthers will come back from timeout. We'll have the 3rd and long here from LeBeau Field, Hilton and Pittsford on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity.
Let's see what Pittsford has dialed up here. 3rd and 9. Moore pitches back. Fliss is going to look to throw. Fliss fires downfield into coverage. Incomplete. He was looking for Renica. Couple different cadets down there in coverage. Among them, Luke Lockhart. Here's another look at it. Here's another pitch and throw. Really getting into it. Fliss heaves one down there. That's a good ball.
Good defense by Hilton. Tough throw to make. It's interesting. Pittsford's gone to the well twice in the first half of the first game.
Thorpe and Quill both down there as well. We're going to see another punt here from the Dynamite Philip Noyes. Puts a right foot into one. Bangs one high up in the air. This is going to float to the sideline. Hilton's going to get a look at a start at their own 41 or 40-yard line here, working with 1.5 minutes here in the first half.
It's always interesting to see where that linesman ends up. He kept going.
And I mean, they will tell you they've always got that right.
It's interesting. Trigonometry says something different, but hey, listen.
I'm a visual artist. I respect folks in seeing what they see.
1:32, no timeouts. Hilton will get the ball in the start of the 3rd quarter. They send 4 wideouts.
Thorpe in the shotgun, now a whistle quickly. Appears to be a timeout, I'm assuming. Pittsford has taken their 2nd timeout. Didn't like the look Hilton came out with or their matchup against it here.
They may have caught Pittsford a little off guard with going 4 wide out. You know, it's a tough place on the field. You got 1:32 with no timeouts. The clock will stop on a 1st down. But in the high school game and the makeup of the Hilton team as of right now, can they go the distance? Can they go 57 yards in 1:32? We haven't yet to see the Hilton kicker to see what kind of kicking game they've got or where they have to get for that to be successful. Judging from the point after, I would say Hilton could probably kick a 30-yarder with the kicker they have. But that still means they have to get to the 12-yard line. They'd still have to go 40 yards.
Hilton quickly into their formation. We are ready to go here. 1st and 10, Cadets. Thorpe's going to back up and look to throw. Thorpe firing downfield. He's got Lowry down there.
He got it!
Lowry with the reception, taken down at the 20-yard line. Big gain and a first down for the Cadets.
Clock stops. Clock stops on the first down till the ball is set.
Jax Burness down there. Here is another view.
Lapani looking for
Thorpe, long downfield. That was a heck of a ball. That had about 35 yards in the air.
right down the seam. Lowry split 2 defenders.
1st and 10. Give us a DiBattista. The big fullback bangs for a couple of yards.
1 minute.
Clock ticking away. 2nd down, Cadets without any timeouts left.
Look for a throw on this play.
Cadet huddle not in a huge hurry. They've only got 41 seconds.
On the 16-yard line.
Thorpe under center.
There's
He's
the
gonna
throw.
roll right. Fires it into the end zone and intercepted. Picked off down there a couple different times on Pittsford's offensive possessions. We've talked about throwing it up for Luke Fliss. The Cadets threw it up right there, and Luke Fliss of the Panthers came down with it.
He's a wide receiver and a defensive back. It looked like they had Blanca early right there into the corner. Held it. Double coverage.
Blanca there to wrap it up.
But early on, Blanca went straight down and cut to the corner. Looked like that would have been the throw to make.
22 seconds. The touchback's going to put Pittsford at their 20. Can't imagine we're going to see much here other than maybe running this down to halftime.
I would expect a knee and just get out of here.
Bunch set. Joyner is there. Moore puts a knee in the ground. That's going to bring us to halftime. Well, after an early flash of lightning, if I may reuse a statement from our pregame, Robert Lowry takes 180 yards to the house. Cadets up 7-0, and that is still your score here as we take it to halftime from LeBeau Field. It is opening night here for the Pittsford Panthers and the Hilton Cadets. Hilton hosts Pittsford, and we're going to bring you the second half of this one right here. Stay with us, folks. Enjoy the halftime, but we'll see you here in just a few on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Hi, I'm Gene Sterator, CBS Rules Analyst and longtime sports official. For the adults watching this video, you grew up in a world where officials, umpires, and referees for youth sports took their place regularly and reliably ahead of game time. Today, unfortunately, it's getting harder and harder to fill those jobs. Videos showing abusive treatment of officials multiply on social media, and there have been consequences for the dreadful behavior of players, fans, and coaches. Massive shortages of officials now lead to games being canceled, and the positive effects of athletic competition are at critical risk for this generation and those to come. I'm hoping we all can begin to see youth competition through a different lens. Today, mistreatment of officials has become normalized, and we are facing an abnormal future where no officials to hire means no games on the schedule.
Any call, any decision, any human effect on wins and losses has become subject to not just withering criticism, but physical threats. There's a vicious cycle at work. Fans chase away officials, and there is a smaller pool to draw from, which makes it harder to get quality, well-trained people in position. The entire game suffers.
Did you know, according to the National Federation of High Schools, 80% of new officials quit the game after just 2 seasons because of abusive behavior from the stands and sidelines? This sort of verbal abuse and threatening behavior takes a toll on all officials and makes them leave the game altogether.
Did you know, from 2018 to 2022, an estimated 50,000 high school referees, roughly 20%, have quit. Half of the remaining referee population is at least 50 years old, but young officials are rarely staying more than 3 years in the job.
If the number of officials working contests in all sports doesn't begin to increase, there won't be enough officials to work the games. That means schedules will get cut, teams or even sports might get canceled. In many states, this is already happening.
Remember that officials are invested in what they do. Many officials have regular, full-time jobs, and they're sacrificing time away from their families. Try to demonstrate empathy, put yourself in their position. Think how you would feel about getting yelled at throughout your workday.
Yelling and arguing with officials sends the wrong message to young players. According to Play by the Rules Sports Advocacy, it teaches them that it's not okay to make a mistake. They can blame others for their actions. They can disrespect authority figures, and it's okay to be rude and selfish.
You know, officials enforce rules, keep competitions fair, and make player safety a priority, allowing youth sports to be a valuable arena for growth. If we can all just work together and be more empathetic to not just the officials, but everyone else in youth and high school sports, we can then preserve what many of us have embraced about athletics. And you and I know the benefits of sports, right? Let's spread that gratitude and be proud of what we can build and not blind to how it's being torn down. Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
So what happens now? Your response in the heat of the moment is the only thing you totally control, and we have an experiment for you to try. Simply stated, just cheer for your child or the team you're there to support. Move that desire to lash out to a different place and encourage without rage. Your child's sporting memory should be about how you helped inspire and not about how you caused embarrassment.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable, and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Did you know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events? Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Welcome back to LeBeau Field on the campus of Hilton High School. The Cadets hosting the Pittsford Panthers here in the opening Friday night for AA Monroe County High School football. I am Bill Smith with Steve Sorensen. Coach, I made a comment here. I'll repeat it. You and I are Bills fans. We lived through the era in the early 2000s where the best player, maybe best is putting it poorly, but the player that you maybe remembered the most sometimes, and this kind of speaks to those teams, was the punter. And the Pittsford punter had a dynamite first half, couple of kicks that were out of this world. Other than that, there's not much to speak of except for the Lowry touchdown for the entire first half.
The good news is the punter.
Yeah.
It's the 80-yard run by Robert Lowry and the first offensive play of the game.
There it is.
Just the speed. Unbelievable. And the fact that half was real quick.
It moved.
But we would like to see more scoring, and I think we're going to see that in the second half.
I don't want to understate the strength of as on a fumble on the kick there, but recovering, not letting it get away. That looks like it's Jax Burness. Yep. I don't want to understate how good the Pittsford defense came through on a couple of occasions. The interception on the drive that stalled right near the goal line. There were a couple of stops deep in Hilton territory. But the first half, there's only a couple of notes there. That Lowry touchdown is right now the only mark on the scoreboard here. 7-0 Cadets as we get the second half started.
Well, we started out the broadcast by talking about how the offensive line for both teams we're going to have to play huge. Well, if they both play well, you get games like this. And the big guys up front on both sides of the ball for both teams are playing excellent today.
Renica in motion. Give is to Joyner. He's going to bang for a couple yards to the right side.
Picks up 3. So everybody gets a hard reset at halftime. We're coming back on the second half. We're going to play this. They're going to treat this like a brand new game and see if either team can get going on this.
So this is a Johnny Moore-led drive. The senior quarterback has been sort of alternating possessions with the sophomore Jax Burness. Moore in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives to Joyner. Joyner looking to get on the right side. He does. Big gain of about 10 yards. He's going to get a first down.
One of the few times that Pittsford's been able to get to the outside. Usually Hilton's been pretty disciplined, extending that play out wide and letting Joyner run out of real estate. But Joyner was able to turn it up and get some quality yardage and get the first down on that.
That's the first time we've seen Joyner really break away. He is a dynamic player. Split carries last year with the excellent Nathan Rohde. As Coach Mullen has said, he's going to be one of, if not the primary ball carrier this year.
And he'll be on everybody's scouting report when they play Pittsford.
Moore, shotgun snap, gives again to Joyner, who dodges a tackle, sort of spun around Anthony Letta, who busted in there. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little more.
He got a gain of 2, but he did duck under Anthony Letta.
I was way off. He got about 2 there. 2nd and 8 coming. Now that sort of, maybe we're looking at what the doctor may order for Pittsford here is a steady diet of one of their best playmakers.
Well, they coming off of a halftime, you want to see what adjustments they're going to make. And it looks like Pittsford's going to give it more consistently to Joyner the way they start out.
3 receiver set for Moore.
Screen.
He's going to flip it out to Joyner. Joyner gets to the right side, gets to the edge, pushed out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down. Letta and Lockhart in there at the end. So now a 3rd and what looks like 4.
We're a half dozen plays into the second half, and they're just we're seeing Joyner touch the ball as much as he did probably in the entire first half already.
Moore in the shotgun.
Joyner
Swing
again.
Pass out to Joyner, who's going to cut back inside. He's going to get the first down. Real nice cut, planting that left foot, moving right, and then bursting upfield. Gets first down yardage. And Pittsford may have something going here in the early goings of the second half. Here's that right there. Plants his left foot.
Joyner comes off the field, so it'll be somebody different this time.
Moore and Burness in the backfield right now. Here's a look we may not have seen tonight. Moore, lefty, slings it out, finds his receiver, Renica. Renica
breaks a tackle.
Breaks and then avoids a tackle. Gain of 9. Letta and DiBattisto there at the end for Hilton.
He wiggled out of the tackle by Lockhart, the attempted tackle by Lockhart, and gained an additional 5 yards.
Nice athletic play there by Renica, the senior wide receiver. Renica in motion. Moore takes a shotgun snap. Fires wide to Renica. Renica spins around right near Lowry, who does drag him down. Not before getting about 7 yards and a first down.
Renica went in motion, and the only defensive back that picked him up was the safety, who was 20 yards downfield. That's why he was so wide open and able to get the 5 yards necessary for the first down.
Good drive start here for Pittsford. Looking to answer on the scoreboard here in their first possession of the second half. Moore in the backfield. Gives an instruction to Mobley. Handoff is inside. Whistle as Joyner was held up. A couple of different Hilton bodies. Connor Belanca.
Gain a yard.
Gain of 1.
All but a couple times Joyner has not gotten the ball in the second half when he's been on the field. It seems like that might be the adjustment Pittsford's made. More Joyner.
Moore flips on the option, met behind the line of scrimmage. Battling, though, back toward the line. It looks like...
So you lost a yard and a half, maybe 2.
Mobley, I think, could have lost more there. Good, strong carry.
3rd and 10.
Love the call from the voice of the Cadets, brought down by the majority of the Hilton defense. This brings up a long 3rd and 10. Moore, shotgun. Puts his receiver in motion, looking left, firing left, looking for Renica, overshoots him.
Sailed high on Renica. He was open for a second.
Renica listed at 5'8". He really gets up there. Here's another look at this pass. You see Preston in motion, the freshman. Here's the pass right here. Renica way up there.
Quill was on the coverage. If it was lower, he had the position, and it would have been enough for a first down, but it would sail.
So a quality drive start stalls inside Hilton territory. Noyes is going to punt this away. Pittsford will look to bury Hilton deep in their end. Punt drops and takes a Hilton bounce. Cadets are maybe fortunate they will only be backed up to their own 20.
So we saw the adjustments from Pittsford. It's going to be a Joyner on offense, and they were able to move the ball when they were able to use Joyner. Now let's see what Hilton adjustment is. I mean, you can't just hope for a busted play by that Lowry goes 80 yards, but what will Hilton do coming out on offense now?
Hilton has looked to get Lowry into space. You try to get the ball in your playmaker's hands and give him room to work. Lockhart brings the play in. Quill already lining up wide. And here come the Cadets on 1st and 10. Thorpe under center. Double set in the backfield behind him. DiBattisto and Lowry. Give this to Lowry. Lowry met at the line of scrimmage, thrown down.
Maybe a gain of 1 or 2.
Hayes Denning looked to be in on the tackle. Lowry does pick up 3 there. 2nd and 7 here. McMahon, Letta, Mattioli, Suro, Tracy doing a great job up front for Hilton in great battles here with this Pittsford defensive line. Now the give is to Lowry.
Oh,
Lowry's got
space.
some room, and he breaks through, and he is going to go 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Cadets.
Then again, maybe you can wait for that busted play by Lowry.
Lowry shrugged off a tackle, found the edge, had really one man to beat about 7 yards past the line of scrimmage, beat him, and goes to the house. Currently 13-0 Cadets.
What a weapon that is.
Get your playmakers into space.
What a weapon that is.
Here's a look at it. Lowry goes left, following his left tackle right there. What a block in there by Kyle Suro.
The blocking downfield, excellent. Finds a little bit of space and just explodes. And no one within 20 yards when he hits the end zone.
Extra point coming up. Ball is snapped, ball is down, ball is up. Ball is good, 14-0 Cadets. Here's another view. There he goes around the left side. What a block right there, getting rid of Burness. Burness was closing. That was a dynamite piece of blocking by Kyle Suro, the Hilton Jr. tackle. And Lowry takes it all the way into the black
yards?
paint. 78 yards.
So we know he's got at least 150 yards this tonight.
On 2 carries, plus all the others. So on those 2 runs, 14-0 your score. We know we've got folks watching all over the Hilton, Parma, Greece. I hear we got fans watching in West Virginia. We got some alumni out there across the country tuning in. We thank you, Hilton alumni, Pittsford alumni. We got fans in Pittsford, Mendon. We got East Side and West Side represented here. I want to thank all of you out there right now for watching. 14-0 Cadets, but the Cadets kicking the ball off to the Panthers, looking to answer right now. Kickoff taken by Renica. Renica looking to get to the right edge. Decent return. He's going to give his Panthers a start at around their own 38-yard line.
Great return by Renica. Tough ball to handle, low driven ball like that. And brings it out to the 37, 38-yard line.
So Pittsford showed some promise with that last drive. Steady dose of Joyner for a few plays. He picked up a couple of big chunks. It stalled, but it showed promise. Panthers will look to answer right here, down 14-0. We're at about 5.5 to play here in your third quarter. Stacked I formation here. Renica was under center. Busting through the line was Burness.
Blanca coming out for Hilton. Looks like he's in some pain.
Another different look from this Pittsford offense. That's been a theme tonight. And again, Renica under center. Officials not liking what they see.
No, we have an injury. Blanca didn't quite make it off the field completely. He's at the 50-yard line. Just on the sideline, being attended to by the trainer.
We hope the Hilton senior end, Connor Blanca, we hope he is all right. Coach, we mentioned it a couple different times. As you look at the Hilton schedule, coming up next week, Hilton travels to Fairport. They will take on the Red Raiders next Friday night and then host Rush Henrietta the following week. Penfield comes in, and then that run of Schrader, McQuaid, Aquinas, and UPrep all coming off of strong campaigns last year. I'll expect to do real well this year.
We said at the beginning that it's a gauntlet in AA. There's no easy games. There's no games where you can even relax for a second, think that it's going to be a managed game. These games you're coming out and you have to win. And they're tough wins. The
return from A to AA, Hilton up to the task, but As we talked with the coaching staff this week, there will be, quote, no teams to walk through, end quote. Once again, Renica under center. Renica
moved the pile very close to a first down. The good news, it looks like Belanca on the sidelines being attended to. It looks like they're stretching his calf out. It looks like he was cramping up on the field.
Looked to be Hayes Denning on the carry. Could not get the number there in this stacked I formation. Third and very short. Renica gives. Here is powering through Burness. He busts through for 10 yards and a first down. Coming right to the line. Here's another change. Pittsford with some pace. Coming with that I formation once again with Renica under center. Gives to the up back.
Pittsford's going to play quick, play big, and play between the tackles, it looks. It's working for him.
Denning again. Once again, I formation. Now to the tailback. Nice piece of tackling. Burness met in the backfield by Hilton's Mason Nolan.
Mason Nolan, way to anticipate that. It's a great tackle.
Pittsford does huddle. Now coming to line with a 3rd and 7, still in this stacked I formation. Renica give his once again to the up back. Battling for yardage, still pushing the pile and getting close to the first down.
I guess the question that I have right now or Pittsford, where's Joyner?
That was a good strong run from Hayes Denning.
Yeah, they're getting yardage every time when they hand it to the fullback.
We got a Hilton player hopping away. We hope good things for Hilton's Brady Quill. That's 2 starting defensive players. Quill and Belanca have been shaken up in the last few plays. Quill being attended to.
They both look like cramps, too.
So this has been a unique to this game, unique to this season, being that it's opening night. Look for this Pittsford offense on this possession, and it, to this point, I suppose, has been working.
It is. They're in an I formation, and anywhere from the fullback is getting to the tailback at the end, but they're getting yardage between the tackles. They're using their experienced, very large 300-pound center behind him, and they're just going straight forward. And even when it seems like they may be stopped, the momentum's carrying another 3, 4, 5 yards like we just saw in that last play.
We've seen Burness and Denning do a lot of the heavy lifting this drive, with Sam Renica, the wide receiver, taking all of these snaps from under center.
When you have a center, captain, senior, 6'5", 305 Nate Cole, he's the kind of guy you want to run behind.
As a lead blocker among lead blockers.
Still no Joyner.
So Renica with Denning, Brett, and Burness wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Good tackling from the cadets. Braden Pike was in there.
Still a gain of 2. Positive yardage.
Denning on that carry. You're gonna get a 2nd and 8 here. Just churning down the field right here are the Panthers. Methodical movement. Renica again under center.
Renica running.
Taking it himself. Tries to get around the right edge. Does find a little bit of space and gets about 4 yards. DiBattista on the tackle. This is going to bring up a third
and 4. It's 2-down territory in this game right now.
I think the way these plays, the last 6 or 8 of them in this formation have gone, there's no doubt.
They're getting at least 2 yards on every running play right now.
Renica gives to Burness, who's going to burn through, bust through, and gets that first down. Cadets
a little bit on their heels right now with the way that Pittsford's playing this. They're playing big, and they're going strength against strength, and right now Pittsford's winning the battles.
On that replay there, you can see Cohen, one of the guards, downfield. This Pittsford line right now doing their job. Renica gives inside once again.
Cleggett.
Another carrier out of this I formation, Morrow Cleggett. I'm not sure old school is the right term for this. This is older school.
This is older school
football.
This is what Hilton gets accused of playing.
Yes. This is what is in people's heads when they talk about Hilton football. Quickly to the line, Renica. He's going to take it himself to the left, looking to get around the edge. He's going to find a little bit of space, and he does. He gets out to the 15-yard line.
Very close to a first down.
Looks to be short by maybe a yard. Clock still running. We're under 30 seconds in the third quarter. I think we're going to get one more play out of this. 17 seconds, 16. Pittsford in no hurry to make it 2 plays. Once again with the I formation. Renica with 7 seconds. Takes it, gives to Burness. Burness met in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle. Burness is going to turn left. He's going to go in for the touchdown. And he makes it to the corner. I did call that a little early. But he gets there. A strong yards after contact run there from Jax Burness, the sophomore. Here's another look. Starts right, shrugs that tackle, swings to his left. Burst there. Lowry almost gets him at the end. What a play by Jax Burness.
Burness broke a tackle through the middle there and bounced it.
Noise. Extra point is up. And no good. Pushed it right.
That's huge.
But Pittsford answers. They're on the board. Coach, that was quite a drive. There's another look at the touchdown.
McMahon looked like he had a shot at him. He bounced off of McMahon, kicked it out wide. Pittsford went big. Pittsford went big and strong. And they were successful.
Pittsford answers in the third quarter. Coming up the fourth quarter, it's 14-6, Hilton over Pittsford. Stay with us. Come back for the fourth quarter right here in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process.
You got an eye on the kickoff here starting the fourth quarter. Pittsford just finding the end zone. Kick finds its way to Lowry with the touchback.
High school rules, you catch in the end zone, it's an automatic touchback.
He looked like he wanted to put his foot in the ground and go.
Why wouldn't you?
He can't, of course. Look what he's done today twice.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about Hilton answering defensively. Now they have the ball here, so a Hilton answer right here would be to, score. But defensively, it was run, and our question was Renica under center, not taller, but that close to the line. Can they throw out of that? And what Hilton's answer, what's that going to be?
Yeah, I mean, if Pittsford's going to go big and they're going to run between the tackles, which they decided to do in that possession and was very successful, Hilton's got to come up with an answer, and maybe you load the box up and force Pittsford to throw. But more importantly, Hilton's going to try to answer right here in offense.
Thorpe under center. Give us a DiBattisto. He bangs ahead for about 4 yards. Now a late flag. Hilton coach is not happy, so this looks like it'll be against the Cadets.
Might be a personal foul against Anthony Letta.
Thoroughly in on the tackle for Pittsford. Dead ball foul, personal foul against the Cadets. Take a look at it here. Not sure where it is.
There's Anthony Letta right
there. Oh,
there.
there it is, right in front of us.
A couple shots after the whistle.
Letta and Morrow Cleggett kind of jawing. Penalty goes against the Cadets.
Both two-way players. I'm sure they've seen a lot of each other tonight.
So the Cadets will be facing a second and 19?
Second and long.
We'll take it. Thorpe in the shotgun. 3 receiver set. He's going to back up, looking to throw. Thorpe.
He's got him.
Launching downfield.
Is it long enough?
He's got him. Got him at midfield. Into the arms of Brady Quill for a Cadet first down.
Excellent route by Brady Quill. He split the defensive backs. Thorpe was eyeballing him the entire time and made an excellent throw.
A lot of air yards on this ball. Here's another look at it. Thorpe.
He's looking back there, then turns it up.
Throws it from his 5-yard line. Quill comes down with it 5 yards across. That's a 50-yard error. 50 yards of error, I should say.
Great throw, great route. Tough catch, too, reaching back for that.
Big gain for the Cadets, and this is the answer right here. The simple answer against that Pittsford offense that we just saw. Hilton come back and score here if they can. Lowry, not in the last couple of plays, I should say. Gets the carry there. Heads left, gets about 4.
4, the clock is running.
Second and 6 near the Pittsford 40-yard line. Clock ticking down to 10:27 here in the fourth quarter.
It seems weird to be talking about the clock with 10 minutes to go, but the way the pace of this game has gone, the minutes are just dropping off this clock.
Thorpe under center. Give us to Lowry. Wow, looking to run right. What a tackle. Hayes Denning.
Wow.
Hayes Denning came flying through the line of scrimmage. Here's a look.
That's a highlight tackle right there by Denning.
Boom, right there.
D. Cleater.
Lowry had sat for a couple of plays. Took a big hit there. Still in.
3rd and 7.
Lowry and DiBattisto. Lowry splits wide. DiBattisto in the backfield with Thorpe. Now it looks, I'm assuming this is a Coach Lapani timeout as he is striding to midfield.
Yeah, this is a big play. With 9:25, 26 to go in the fourth, you don't want to be giving the ball back to Pittsford right now with the way they did it.
We're going to take a very quick break. We're going to come back from this timeout right here in the fourth quarter. Stay with us. You're watching all of this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You know Varsity Media now offers action photography for all sporting events. Available for individuals or teams, we'll send dedicated photographers down to field level to capture your best moments. Our rates are affordable and our photos will leave you with lasting memories for a lifetime. Contact us today, mention this ad, and get $25 off your first order. Email ben@varsitymedia.net or call 516-403-2050.
Back from our timeout, cadet timeout not quite over. Hilton has a big 3rd and 7 coming up here. 14-6 your score. Cadets on top of the Pittsford Panthers. 9:26 left here in the fourth quarter. You're looking at beautiful LeBeau Field there in Hilton, New York. Coach made jokes about that first quarter having a play and then a whole bunch of sort of stuttering play. This second half has been real good.
A lot of strategy, a lot of tactics being played right here. A lot of adjustments by both teams, and we've had some big plays.
Thorpe rolling to his right, looking to throw. Fires, can't quite find his man, overthrown.
He was there.
Lockhart was open. Thorpe sails it on him. Now a 4th and 7. I'm assuming we're going to see the punt team.
We are going to see the punt team. This game's shaping up to go right down to the wire.
Cadets are going to punt it away here. That missed extra point, we'll see how that plays into this. Certainly looking down the road there. Renica back deep to catch the punt from Hilton's Braden Pike. Braden Pike, the junior. Line drive punt bounces, takes a Hilton bounce. Renica, dangerous spot to pick that up. Shrugs off a couple of tackles. Finally gets thrown down by Colin Weber. Gutsy decision there from Sam Renica.
Ill-advised to pick that up, but the way that ball was rolling, that could have been inside the 5-yard line when it was down. Instead, they're getting the ball near the 15. So it was a gain of 10 yards in that play that Renica just made.
That decision certainly does help Pittsford. Now Pittsford will come out following a very successful drive the last time out here. Gave a different look, was very consistent with it up the field. We'll see what Hilton brings as an answer right now.
Looks like Belanca's still on the sideline for Hilton, nursing that cramp that he had. It looks like it was a cramp, but he's not back, and he started at the D end.
Now at the top of that I is Josiah Joyner, who we didn't see much if at all on that last possession. Renica gives to Joyner. Joyner bangs into the offensive line and defensive line, gets about a yard.
But Joyner's back out there. Took a series off, it seems.
Now we do see Renica again under center. Pittsford has sort of been ping-ponging their quarterbacks back and forth, possession to possession, but on the heels of that last one, which ended in a touchdown, Renica gets the call again here.
Joyner out. Burness, the kid who scored the touchdown for Pittsford, is back in. Pittsford playing large again.
Under center, Renica. Going to take it himself. Reaching, trying to save it, but getting the tackle, Brady Quill.
I think what you need to look at there, if we can get the replay on that, watch this interior defensive line for Hilton. They're diving at the ankles of the offensive line and really just clogging, diving low.
Look at all those red shirts in the backfield right there.
And then getting in the backfield. So Hilton's adjustment is in how they're attacking that offensive line through the center.
Hunter Tracy getting some penetration there. Great work on the end from Kyle Suro. Suro's having a nice game on both sides of the ball. Pittsford, I think, taking a little too long in the huddle, and they're going to call timeout. We're going to take a very short break. Hey, stay with us. Third down coming up for Pittsford here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is what Hilton did.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
And a big third down play coming your way right now. We were just debating what the look might be, and here you've got a shotgun look. Moore is going to roll to his left. The lefty gets into one's got a man. Can't come down with it. That was Renica. I said it's got a man, but it was into coverage. Renica did get two hands on it.
Did Lowry get a little piece of it? He came underneath it. To sprint out to the left. And the lefty lets it go.
Good break up there from Thorpe.
Good defense. Forcing the punt.
So Noyes is going to punt this away. The senior punter boomed a couple kicks in the first half. With 7.5 to play and an 8-point deficit, he's going to look to get this ball way out of here.
Ooh.
And he's got some height, but he did not get a lot on it. This is going to go down.
The Hilton bounce at that.
It takes a Hilton bounce and is down inside the Pittsford 30. I did not mean to jinx it for that young man, but the Cadets will take that. And they'll start here 1st and 10 inside the 30.
18 yards on that from the 12 to the 30. See that? I did the quick math right there.
That's
impressive right there.
Quality calculating there, Coach.
Hey, school hasn't even started yet.
Wow, game form. It's September 1st. We've all got to be ready. So the Cadets will take possession here at the 30. 8-point lead with just under 7.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Three-back set for the Cadets. Thorpe's handoff is to Lowry. Lowry to the right side, tries to turn left. Met after a couple of yards, gained of maybe 3.
You're going to see Hilton now. You're going to see Hilton ball where they're going to be running it. They'll be using the entire play clock. They'll be taking their time.
Thoroughly in on the stop. The Pittsford line has been up to the task at a lot of points today.
Extremely important for Pittsford to prevent the first down for Hilton.
Thorpe again under center with 3 backs behind him. This give and a little hop through there. DiBattisto avoided a tackle with a little error. Ended up getting close to a first down.
That's an excellent play.
Here's a look at it right here. John goes up, over, settles himself, and then after contact gets 2 more yards. That was a heck of a run from that kid.
Nice tackle by Burness. 3rd and 1.
Sandy Battisto, the junior running back for the Cadets. 3-back set here. Thorpe's going to try to just push forward and get the first down. Looks like he did. Looks like on his initial charge, he got it.
They got the first down.
Marks are moving. First down, you hear the voice from above.
Clock's back to running. Under 6 minutes to go in the game now.
Cadets just inside the 20, 1st and 10. Braden Gell running the play in. Thorpe under center. 3 backs. Give this to Lowry. Lowry plants his foot, tries to go left. Met by a host of tacklers, but not until he gets a couple of yards.
Pittsford committing 10 in the box. They know Hilton's not going to throw.
There is little chance a ball gets thrown here in the next couple of minutes. Play coming in as the clock ticks away. Hilton has managed to take 2 minutes away already from when this drive started. One receiver split wide. Thorpe gives to his fullback, DiBattista, shrugs off a tackle and gets to about 5 yards.
It's a great run by the fullback.
He has had a couple of athletic and physical runs on this possession.
Yeah, he's a nice compliment to Robert Lowry.
Thorpe using all of his time. Clock ticking inside 4:20. Third and 4 here coming for the Cadets. 4 minutes to play. Thorpe takes the snap, gives to Lowry. Lowry's got a little room. Shrugs through, touchdown, Hilton. The vision on that play, I think, is something we've not addressed today. We're going to see a replay. He hits the line, sees his whole left, and gone.
Hilton brought a wide receiver into that play outright, stretching the defense just a little bit. Pittsford could only commit 9 to the box instead of their 10, and Lowry found the hole.
Lowry with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Close to 200 yards rushing easily tonight.
Ball is snap, ball is down, ball is up. Ball is good. Cadets 21-6 on Lowry's 3rd TD of the day. Here's one more view. Give this to Lowry, plants his foot and goes left. Sees the seam, got there.
We started the game with Lowry making an incredible run and recognizing that offensive line opened up a huge hole. They just opened up another huge hole for Robert Lowry. So credit to Robert Lowry, but give us some credit to the big boys up front.
Want to remind everybody that next Friday night, 7 p.m., Varsity Media will bring to you McQuaid at Pittsford. That'll be broadcast from Pittsford Sutherland on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I will have that game for you next week. Another big matchup in Double-A. Pittsford will come out of this one, take on a very good McQuaid team. That'll be a good one. We want to come check that out next week. Now the Cadets will kick it away. 3:59 to play. They've extended it to a 2-score lead. Pittsford showed some serious signs of life on their touchdown drive, stalled on the last one, and Lowry just gets his 2nd touchdown of this half.
Number 66, kickoff for your Cadets.
Kickoff tumbles and is received at the 20 by Burness. Burness plugs ahead and gets down to about the 40. Solid return there. And that's where Pittsford will take over.
3:53, 2-score game. Not impossible, but very difficult for Pittsford to come back in this one.
And I'm curious, we're about to see there's 3:53 to play, down 15. I'm quite curious what in about 6 seconds we're going to know what the formation is going to look like. We see Joyner out there. Renica looks like he is split wide.
Burnison at quarterback. 4 wideouts.
Puts Renica in motion. Burness pitches to Renica. Renica looking to find a seam. Does get across the line of scrimmage. Gain of about 3. That was a cliche of maybe that's something out of nothing. I don't know if that's the right time to use that statement. But he does get 3 yards.
Sam Renica does a lot for the Pittsford team. He's quite a player.
A lot of speed. Quarterbacked their scoring drive. I think what Pittsford has shown tonight is they're trying a lot of things, and they have a lot of options. They got a lot of looks.
And if this game ends up the way we anticipated to, I think if you're Pittsford, you're walking away going, okay, there's some things that we can take away that are positives. They can play big.
Burness going to take it himself, wrapped up and dragged down. Good piece of tackling by Hilton's Kyle Suro.
John Moore re-entering. It looks like John Moore is the one that's going to have to throw the ball for Pittsford. Renica and Burness don't look like they are consistent throwers of the ball.
Moore is going to take the shotgun snap. Turns, fires to his left. Renica looking to turn, got a little speed, heading down the sideline. There is a flag. This might be the hold that was called for from a couple of places.
Looked like Mason Nolan was held pretty good by Josiah Joyner.
Holding is your call against the Panthers. Here's a look at it.
Josiah Joyner.
Right there, yep. Yeah, that's.
If it wasn't the handful of jersey, it was the headlock. That may have
the rear chin lock there. Yep. Demonstrations going on here in the booth. So 2:20 to play. Pittsford looking to put something here together quickly. Down a pair of scores here late in this one. Shotgun formation here for Pittsford. Moore once again rolling to his left, fires downfield, incomplete. Trying to find Fliss. Fliss, a name we've not said a lot this quarter.
And it looks like they're going to have to go for it.
Fourth down coming here for Pittsford. They have not sent noise onto the field. Coach, the term you just used, they kind of have to go for it here.
We've only seen them drop back in the pocket only a couple times tonight, so it doesn't seem to be a strength of theirs.
Moore and Burness in the backfield here. They didn't like what they saw there. Moore and Burness were both sort of set there. Now, Pittsford can take from this, like you were just saying a moment ago, Coach, they can take from this. They've seen some good pieces. That set, that I formation really moved the ball against the Hilton defense. Hilton made an adjustment, kind of answered back, but that looked solid. They've seen different looks with different quarterbacks. They've seen some good things. Burness with the touchdown. Joyner's shown some real good things. Hilton, flip the script. What is Hilton taking from this other than we know Robert Lowry can really move with the ball?
Well, and let's start with Robert Lowry. That's a weapon that most teams don't have. Somebody who, if given just an inch, can just bounce it to 80 yards, to 78 yards. That's something that every team has to game plan consistently for, while at the same time, you've got a three-year varsity quarterback that's going to play great at times this year. You know that. And he'll show off his arm strength, which he did in a throw to Quill, I believe it was. Hilton's got some stars that might be able to really elevate them to the elite of the Section 5 AA.
Moore drops, fires downfield, throws it up in the air. Not coming down with it was Fliss in coverage back there. Man, we were just talking about Robert Lowry. And this is going to be a turnover on downs. Here is another look at it. Moore gets a lot on this ball.
It was a nice throw.
Down there working against Lowry. And it appears on the field the Cadets have called a timeout to sort of get their possession here in order. We're going to take a break from LeBeau Field. Cadets on top, 21-6. Folks, you were watching all of this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to LeBeau Field. On your screen, the schedule once again for the Pittsford Panthers. They are going to come out of this one here against the Hilton Cadets and host the McQuaid Knights next week. McQuaid, an early favorite in Double-A. Pittsford, no rest for the weary. That's a strong schedule there to start the season. They'll go from McQuaid to Pittsford to UPrep. But a lot of good things to take from this, certainly some things to work on. Cadets are in victory formation. Thorpe puts a knee in the ground. And Pittsford does not seem like they are going to stop things here as the clock ticks away. Cadets will go to Fairport next week. Fairport, never a pushover, but Hilton can certainly take a lot of good things from this matchup from tonight, this matchup with Pittsford, winning by what appears will be by 15.
Fairport, always a strong team, well coached. The fans will be out there the first weekend of the school year for football. And once we're into the school year, they're going to have a huge crowd there. It'll be another fun game.
Thorpe puts another knee in the ground. This is going to bring up a third down as the clock is taken away. Here's that Hilton schedule. Cadets go to Fairport, host Rush Henrietta, a couple of road games in a row against Penfield and a very good Schrader team. They will host McQuaid in what will be a big game on October 5th. And we'll close out with Aquinas and UPrep.
Yeah, we started the broadcast with a quote from Coach Lapani about one each year being its own year. Hilton started out this year with on a positive note.
Ball will be put into play here by Thorpe one more time, puts a knee down. And it looks like that is going to do it. The clock is going to tick away on this one. And your final from LeBeau Field is going to be the Hilton Cadets 21, the Pittsford Panthers 6. Coach, I think in our unofficial capacity of talking about players of the game here, I want to give a shout out to Hilton's Kyle Suro, the tackle on both sides of the ball. Did a great job of anchoring the offensive line, made a couple of real big defensive plays. I want to shout out Kyle Suro before we talk about Robert Lowry and that thunder and returning lightning of Robert Lowry certainly showed today, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and we will talk about Lowry, but again, Suro, Letta, McMahon, Tracy, the guys up front, all phenomenal job. I mean, the holes that Lowry ran through were monstrous, especially on the first touchdown, you have 80 yards, and the second touchdown, shorter, but again, the hole equally as large. But Robert Lowry, he's going to get a lot of press this week, as he should. 3 touchdowns. Got to believe, we don't have the stats in front of us, but I got to believe he's over 200 yards rushing for tonight. He should be in discussion for Player of the Week, without a doubt.
Thorpe played real well. We saw one really excellent ball downfield from him. Hilton saw their offensive weapons doing what they needed to do, played well defensively, and they come out with a win. Folks, you're looking at one of the Lowry plays. Now you're seeing the Cadets celebrating on the field. Want to once again say that your final score here from LeBeau Field in Hilton, New York, the Hilton Cadets 21, the Pittsford Panthers 6. For Steve Sorensen, for our guys up here shooting the game, can't see anything without John, can't see any of this without Joel pushing the buttons in the command center. Gentlemen, thank you for the whole crew. I am Bill Smith. Thanking everybody out there one last time for watching, and you have watched all of this. The Cadets win 21-6 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.